Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, as always, I am hoping you are having a stellar evening. The sun is setting in my neck of the woods. It's looking really nice. It's that time of the night. Wow, it's almost 8 o'clock. Hopefully, it is a lovely evening where you are at this time. For those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Alrighty, so this is what I did today. I said, you know what? I want to try something a little different today. And I wanted to test the universe. And I said, okay, so I wrote down some zodiac signs on a piece of paper, and I said I'm just going to randomly draw, a zodiac sign, and then I'm going to give that one a reading. And guess who came up? Scorpio. So Scorps. So Scorpio, this is your reading. I asked the universe to give me some cards for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. And your initial 5 cards, I love the very first card that came out was you guys. You had the card of Judgment. And it's perfect that it was Judgment. It was just, when I tell you, and I love it when synchronicity happens. But, so you have the card of Judgment. You have the Knight of Cups. You have 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. And you had the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and you know what? This is what's interesting. This is my first time. Well, not my first. I mean, I've done it for myself every blue moon. But me personally, I feel like this. Tarot is perfect the way it is. But I said, you know what? I'm just curious. Let's see what happens if we do reversals in this. So you guys are getting reversals here in your reading, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And it was interesting. It was interesting. So, overall, I'm going to start with this. You, Scorpio, you walked away from somebody. You broke up with somebody. You ended a relationship with someone. Okay? How that happens, who left who, I guess is up in the air because it could be different ways. But bottom line, the relationship was over and you walked away. I asked the universe, what's the significance of Judgment? The feeling that I'm getting is you were the one who did the cutting. Okay, so I said, what's the significance of the Judgment? And the reason I say that, I said, look, you walked away from somebody, but here's the deal with the 6 of Wands the 6 of Swords in the reverse. Someone, you walked away from them, but they have not gotten over you. Okay, it's like you hit the brakes. You're like, I'm done with you. It's over. Something went down. For sure something went down because I saw the other cards that are coming up. But so someone has not gotten over you. They may very well still be in communication with you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles here. So I see this person it's like they haven't gotten over you, and they're so you may now you may be dealing with an earth sign person. Okay, I'm seeing the next 2 cards 2 different ways, so everybody's different. Okay, for some of you guys, it's like, look, they didn't get over you, they couldn't leave you. You left them, but you've gotten over them. They haven't gotten over you. Okay, when I look at this, it's like you moved on, but they haven't. I feel like they're still, I don't want to turn it this way. They haven't gotten over you. Okay. Okay, we'll do it this way. So I see them kind of looking off your way. Bottom line, it's like I see them still looking at you. And the feeling that I'm getting for some of you guys is truly, I feel like they are still in communication with you. Okay. Now, like I said before, they could be an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be. The other way of looking at this is this person that you walked away from is very intelligent. Okay, they take on the energies of an earth sign person, someone who's serious, very practical, but very intelligent. Okay, and that's the thing that I focused on more. This person is intelligent. Okay, it's like on one hand I can see them like that. I see them looking your way. I haven't gotten over this over Scorpio. They still see you. They still want you. For some of you, I really do feel like they're even still in communication with you. Maybe they still try to call you every now and then. They're trying to text you. This person is definitely still trying to stay in your world. Okay, and I see it with the other cards. I'm just going to tell you straight out. They're still trying to stay in your world. So I see them communicating with you. I see this person as being very, very crafty. The word that I get is crafty. Very intelligent, very crafty. And it doesn't surprise me, that you two are together. Earth and water do very good together. Okay, and with you being very, Scorpio is of course the badasses of the water signs. You guys are all fiery and you guys are take no prisoner. Your excitement, you're that genie in a bottle. Boy, if they let you loose, look out, right? So, and I see them. They're still they like that about you, and you guys broke up, and you ended the situation with judgment here as well. The judgment. You put the hammer down. You broke up. You were serious. You meant it. Okay, and you moved on. But this person hasn't moved on from you. Okay, they're still looking your way. I see them on the horse looking at you. They're still trying to communicate with you. Still, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're still sending you text messages and calling you, trying to see where you're at and how was, they'll say intelligent. This is what I say when I say they're very crafty. They're gonna, how was your day? I'm just calling, what's up? I'm just calling to see how your day went. I can't call you and let you know I'm still thinking about you, let you know you're still on my mind. You are, so very intelligent, very, they're seductive, but in a very smart way, right? And so this person wants to come back to you. Okay, now, and I will say this as well. They are, they're either, I don't feel that they're a water sign like yourself. Honestly, I feel like they are an earth sign person. I feel like they're that King of Pentacles. They are either an earth sign person or someone very, very intelligent, very smart, very sophisticated, and, but, in an earthy way. They're not, earth signs don't always, I suppose some are, but it's been my opinion that they aren't necessarily very flashy, but very, very smart, very clever. Okay, so, but anyway, so this person wants to come back to you, all right? However, it's like the basis of the situation is you guys broke up, they want to come back and are trying to figure out the best way to get back into Scorpio's world. It's like you're in this energy right here. This is the situation. They want to come back, all right, but you have not forgotten how the relationship went. Okay, you see the waves in the background. It was very up and down. Okay, you guys. So there was a lot of there could have been a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. There's a lot of the relationship was intense. Okay, that's the feeling I get. It was intense. All right, and so you haven't forgotten that. You had the 5 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, I feel like they're hoping that they can talk you down from whatever happened in the past. I feel like they want to try to make you forget that, forget about that. Yeah, we had that, but we have a connection, and we're this and we're that, and so I see them still trying to stay in communication with you. They're trying to keep that door open, and you're gonna see that in the next row of cards. But they're trying to keep the door open, all right. But you haven't forgotten. They're wishing that you would. Forget about what I did to you. Just move on. Look, you got those 2 cups, and they're like, man, they want you to be that, but you're not. You haven't forgotten a damn thing. Which is very intelligent. I applaud you on your intelligence. You ain't forgetting nothing, okay? Like I said, with that Judgment, your mind is made up. I feel like your mind's made up in this situation. You're good, you're done, you're over it, right? But they are hoping that they can still wriggle their way back into your world, okay? But you, my darling, are in your Empress energy. Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. So, you're just, you're very, you got your ish together, okay? And they see that. All right. So, it's like they're hoping they can make you forget about, the past and whatever went down, and they're wanting to get back with you. But, I'll get to that later. Don't want to tell you now or tell you later. Let's go ahead and move on. The challenge, you are in the challenge row, and you had that 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so the 4 of Pentacles can sometimes indicate balance amongst other things, but the challenge here is, I think that this person, things are just out of whack. Because I'm looking at this. You got that 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and it's like, but on one hand, you're in your Empress energy. You have the Empress the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you're together. Okay, but this situation, it's like you're good, you're okay, all right, but the situation is still up in the air. Okay, it's up in the air. All right, you had the World card, but you had the World card in the reverse. Okay, so this situation between the two of you hasn't been closed out. It hasn't been completed. For them to still think that they can still make their way back into your world, back into your heart, is the situation here. It's like, how do I say that? I think I pretty much did say it. It's like they want to get back in there. They're trying to communicate with you. Okay, they're hoping you'll forget about the whole thing, but you're not. You haven't. Okay, yeah, you got your shit, whatever. You got your shit together. Okay, you're good. You got the Queen of Wands along with the Empress. So maybe you make decent money. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It just means that you are together. It's both of you are certainly and mirroring each other in this energy here. Mature. You are, both of you are very much in control. Okay, and maybe that is the problem with the two of you. The whole thing of control. Somebody wants to control the other one, or they think that they can. He thinks that he can control you, and you're letting him know, and by letting him go, and the Judgment card, that nope, you're about to find out. You about to straight find out that what you think this is going on here ain't going on at all. Like I said, the situation is still up in the air. The situation is still in the balance. You had the 10 of Swords behind that. Okay, when I look at the Queen of Wands, it's like, as far as you're concerned, this thing is done. Okay, look at you, you're over it. Honestly, you got the swords falling out of your back. Okay, so you are over the hurt. Okay, you're moving past it. You're over it. You're good. And I think that this person still is in the belief that I think maybe they feel like they had you, and I feel like they think that they still do. So maybe you guys are married. I've known people where once they get married and they have kids, the man for some reason always still thinks that you belong to them. And I'm looking at it in that way. This person thinks you're still theirs. So some of you may have children with this person. All right. I don't see may. Like I said, you may have children with this person. You may have just been married to him, and then the fact that you guys are separated, this person still thinks that they can lay claim to you. Okay, and they can't. All right. What's going for you here? You have the Ace of Swords. Okay, but you had it in the reverse, along with the Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So as I look at this, I feel like this person thinks that they still have control of you. They think they can get their way back into your heart. The way I am looking at this, the universe said, don't, this way you're very sure of yourself. Ace of Swords is the mental realm. Okay, with it being in reverse, I think this person is going to try to fuck with your head. I hate to say it. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, I'm sorry, but I think that they're going to try to straight mess with your head. Okay, you got the Nine of Cups here. All right, I feel they're going to try to come at you. They're going to come at you. All right, they're going to go for it. They're trying to make their way in. They're going to talk about the good times. Remember all the good times we had together. Remember how happy we used to be. Remember how, and I wouldn't be surprised you being Scorpio and being passionate. I feel they miss the passion that exists between you two. The physical, no question, when you see the last cards, they miss the physical, and so they're going to try to come back in, and they're going to try to talk about that. They're going to talk about the good times. Okay, you had the Four of Wands here, but the Four of Wands, honey, was in the reverse. Okay, so I feel like they are going to try to talk to you. If you guys were married before, talking about getting back together, I think they're going to try to straight talk you back into bed. Okay, and they may even talk about you guys moving in together, which the universe is like, look, I need you to keep your wits about you. Okay, do not let this person try to talk you back. Do not let him talk his way back into your bed. Bottom line, don't let him, they're going to come at you with talking about the good times. Remember this, remember that. Oh, you love me and I love you. And why you tripping? Why you trying to play? They're going to come at you. This person is intelligent, but they don't understand. You're just as intelligent as they are. You're just as smart as they are. But there's a control. There's some kind of control moves, control issue. This person thinks that they can still control you. All right, but you're over it. You're over it. This person betrayed you, and you're not going to let it happen again. That was in the challenge position. Everything's still up in the air, but the good news is that you're over it, and remember that you're over it, and don't. This person might have, stabbed you in the back, might have betrayed you. Maybe he cheated on you. Something happened, okay, and you haven't forgotten it. The universe is saying, don't forget it. They're going to try to come at you. They're going to try to come at you and talk about all these things. They may even talk about moving back in with you, but it's not sincere. It's not sincere. It's not real. They're just doing this because they want to get back in bed with you. Okay, Ace of Pentacles here. They're going to talk about this. I want a new beginning with you, baby. I want to, I want us to move in. What do you think about us moving in? I think they're going to come at you with some. They're going to come at you with whatever it is, whatever it was they used to get you is what they think they can still do to you even to this day. But they don't understand. You're a different person. You're a different person. Okay, with the Judgment card here. Come on now. Come on. You are not having it. The universe is I think you're just they're not gonna fool you. All right. Your outcome position. And I love it. And this is why I say, someone is going to come at you. Someone is still trying to they think they still have control over you. They think they can still get you back in the bed or whatever it is, whatever they're trying to get from you. Okay, they think the door is still open. They don't understand you shut that door. And with the Judgment card here is, I feel like you're going to prove it. Okay, you had the 10 of Wands in the reverse. All right. You let that burden go. You let it go. Okay? In the reverse. The good news is, the outcome is you have let that go. All right? And I see messages. They're going to try to communicate with you, no doubt about it. But look, girl, look. This is what you need to remember. You got the Ace of Wands and the Devil card. This dude is trying to slip you the high hard one. All right, they trying to get you back in bed. They're gonna give you. They're gonna talk about love and all the good times, and they're gonna find some way, whatever it is. They know how to. I think they feel like they know how to get into your head, but I don't see it happening. First of all, you saw this reading, so now you know what time it is when this person does come. Unless they are doing it literally right now, at the end of the day, this is what they're trying to do. Okay, so remember that. They, that Ace of Wands is that, what is the word that they use? And of course, I'll get offline and then I'll listen to the video again and I'll go, it means you're looking for this word here. And I'll go, damn my ass. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But anyway, there's a word for the wand. Okay. It's I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I'm going to be so mad at myself. I swear to God, I'm going to get off and I'm going to go, that's the word. That's the word. But it refers to the male member, that the Ace of Wands is thallical, I think is the word. I'm not positive. I'm sure, it always happens. I'll say something. The other day I did a video about leeches. And I said, those bugs, and they suck the blood from you. And I couldn't think of it. And of course, as I start to watch the video, I go, leeches. And I was so mad at myself. So I'm sure. Phallic. I'm pretty sure that's the word. It's very phallic in nature. And this person is, and seeing the Ace of Wands with the Devil, bottom line, this person is trying to get to you. They're going to communicate. If they are not, they will. But you're not falling for the communication. The universe says don't fall for it. You drop that burden, okay? Remember that. This is a universe. The universe is trying to save you a lot of headache and heartache, and I feel you absolutely will listen, because the bottom of the deck you had the Six of Wands. So good girl, good for you. You are not gonna fall for the okie doke. Look at that. Look what was under it. You're not falling for it. You're not having it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. I love it. Good girl. Good girl. You've learned. I see this being behind it. You've learned the lessons, okay? You are more learned. You are wise having met this person, having dated this person. Some of you married this person, and this person still feels like they can lay claim to you, and they are about to find out they are so wrong. So wrong. But they're not, you know, they're going to try. They're definitely going to try, you know? And like I said, it could be an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be. They're just somebody who's very intelligent. But remember, you are as intelligent as this person, if not more. Okay? You're an empress. This person is just a king. You're an empress. All right? You're above that. You're above, you know, somebody coming at you, chasing after your body. You're on my channel. You're a spiritual girl. You're a big girl, you know, and you're like, nah, you know, I'm bigger than that. I'm past that. I've evolved as a soul. Okay, and you can't just come at me with that and think that it's gonna work. Okay, you're better than that, and I love it. All right, so that is the message that I had for Scorpio. Dare I even draw another card? You saw victory over heartache. You're not having it. You're not going to let it happen. It is 25 minutes. I'd probably just go ahead and leave it here. I can't imagine a better ending to your reading, Scorpio. I'm very proud of you guys. All right, so I'm going to leave this here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Nothing make me happy and let you guys know, you know, you're going to pass whatever test. This person is a test, okay? Close the door. You need to make them understand that this is over, like really over, okay? And you, the only way you can do that is, like I said, to shut the door. Let them know. Let them know. When they send you those texts, maybe they'll send, you know, ask you for pictures and you know, something. Seeing the page of Pentacles in reverse, they're going to communicate to you, but not in a way that's good. You know, they're going to be talking all things sex. You know? So just letting you know. All right? All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys next time on the next video. You guys have a great night, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.